I am so sick of reading books where the main characters are making decisions that seem to make no sense. And then by the time you get to the mid or the end of the book, the character has had no growth and you're sitting there left confused. Like, why would you make that decision? Why? And it's really frustrating as a reader. And it's something I really paid attention to when I was writing my book, Dragon Blind, which comes out this November. But my name is Dr. Iman. I am a clinical psychologist, and I really did lean on my training as a therapist to get into the minds of my characters. So if you like this content, I am going to really break it down for you, and I'd love for you to consider giving me a shot as a new indie author and pre-ordering my book, Dragon Blind. The easiest way for me to explain the method I use when developing my characters is to talk about Daniel Goleman's emotional intelligence model. And we're going to break this down piece by piece, but I'm just going to stick to motivation for this video because for me, that's where I start when I'm developing the story and the characters, because I think it's really important to define why the characters are on the page in the first place, especially if you're writing a very like an epic fantasy or a book that has a lot of different characters. What is each character bringing and how do you differentiate? One of the big things is motivation. So first I start with, what does my character need and they are not getting? And I think about, as a writer, am I going to give them that thing that they need? Am I going to put obstacles in the way of them getting what they need? Am I going to kind of flip it upside down and help them realize that that is actually not what they need? There's this other thing that they need. So these are all the things that are playing into my mind. And when I'm working with a client who is coming to me, I ask them this question: what is it that you are needing right now that you are not getting? Or what did you need when you were a child that you are not getting? And can we fulfill that need now? There are three types of motivation. We have intrinsic motivation, and that's the internal validation that you get from doing something that is important to you. So imagine a healer that goes out and helps people but gets no recognition for it. It's just something that's in them that they really like to do. You also have extrinsic motivation. So that's on the opposite side of things. This is where you are getting that praise and recognition. So maybe you win a tournament and you get to marry the princess at the end of it. And the last one is called avoidance motivation. Avoidance motivation is my favorite to play with, because that means there's some kind of like either a trauma or there's something that you're trying to not think about or not confront because it's uncomfortable. And as a therapist, like, that's one of my main jobs, is to make you approach that uncomfortableness so that we can tackle it. And there are so many things that you can do with a character to make them confront the things that they don't want to confront, that's really scary for them. And it makes for a really interesting read. I like emotionally intelligent characters. I think it can be fun to play with the opposite side of those, but for a main character, those are my favorite books to read, because you can really draw on the best parts of a person to make a really unique story. So if you found this helpful, please comment and let me know, and I'll continue doing this series.